Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the 5 to 9 Job podcast. This is 2025, and we are still going through our New Year's resolution series. Today, we are tackling a tough truth, and that is that you don't have to prove your worth to everyone but yourself. Let me start by asking you something. How much of your time, your energy, or your happiness have you spent trying to get people to notice you, to validate you, or approve you in the past year? So, whether it was at work, whether it was in the relationship that you had, or in the relationships that you have, or even online, the pressure to kind of try to prove yourself is exhausting. And the truth is, you don't really have to audition for a role that you already own. You are already yourself. So as I was writing down my New Year's resolutions, I tried to be cognizant that the goals I was setting shouldn't be to try to prove anything to anyone. I could say, for example, I wanted to, gain a six-pack so that this one girl would like me. But that would be a goal that I was setting to try to prove something to someone else. Instead of setting that same goal, because I could literally paraphrase it and say, I want to, work out so that I can be healthy. That is a good goal. But me setting out to go to build a six-pack so that I can, post it on my Instagram, post it on my socials and everywhere so that guys can be like, this guy is ripped, would be completely missing the point. You get it? So as I was trying to come up with these goals and resolutions that I have, I try to be very cognizant of that fact, and that is what I wanted to actually point out in this episode. You do not have to try to prove yourself anymore to anyone else, but yourself. And while you are setting your goals, it is going to be a very healthy habit to set goals that are more intrinsic than extrinsic. And the other reason why this came top of mind when I was thinking of what to include in this series was that a few years, or for very many years, okay, not very many, but for a few years, I have spent them trying to get noticed. I have stayed up late, perfecting whatever I was trying to accomplish. But every time someone criticized what I was doing, someone criticized me, I would spiral into this self-doubt. And one day last year, this concept just started to nag at me. And again, that feeling when the universe is like trying to teach you something. So you start to see it everywhere, and all these things start happening. And then a dear friend of mine put it into words. He was like, your worth isn't in their approval, it is in the passion you put into your work. Because just a background, I am a property manager. One of the things I love to see is that my clients are happy, they are comfortable, and they are living in a community instead of thinking of it as like just an apartment they come to in the evening and go to work in the morning. So I have that kind of passion for my work, but every time something bad would happen, every time I would spiral into this self-doubt. And just to have that pointed out for me that my worth wasn't in that approval of getting that, job well done, Raymond, and all this. It was in the kind of steps I was trying to do, in the kind of projects I was trying to implement all around so that I could make this feel like a home for them. That is where my worth is, and not in this whole approval that I was looking for. I wanted to tell you guys the same thing. Your worth isn't in their approval. It is going to be in the passion that you put into your work, your time and your effort, who you are, and that is what is going to literally matter. So let me say, if you're like doing a podcast, create art that you love, because ironically, that is when the world is going to start paying attention to you. That is when they will give you the approval you want, although I'm not saying look for it. So this new year, with all the goals and all the fire that you have within you, I want to ask you, who are you trying to impress? Is it your colleagues? Is it for social media? People who might not even notice or care? You get it, eh? Stop wasting your energy chasing their approval. Instead, just try to focus on becoming the person that you are proud of. You see, when you are clear on the kind of values and the purpose that you have, the right people start to recognize it and they start to work with you. The wrong ones literally won't matter, but the right ones start to form this circle around you, and the universe starts to work in this way that helps you to get there. So one way to do this is to kind of shift the narrative in your head. So instead of asking yourself, what will they think of me? Ask yourself, what do I think of myself for this goal that I am setting? Whatever goal you're going to be setting, whether it is to make more money, is it to make more money to impress other people so that you can buy things that impress other people? Just try to have that train of thought while you are writing down your goals. So this episode's challenge is to write down the top 3 or 5 or 10 things that you value about yourself. It could be your kindness, it could be things like your creativity, your ability to hustle, your ambition, or your height, your hair. Just keep this list somewhere that is visible after you write it. So it could be on your mirror, on your phone, or even your desk. Personally, I have a vision board, so that is where I put it. And just keep looking at it every day. And anytime you catch yourself seeking someone else's approval, you just need to read that list out loud to yourself, and you realize, you know what? I am kind, I am tall, I am handsome, I am all these good things about you that you actually like about yourself, that you value about yourself. It's kind of this whole reminder that you are, or your worth is not a debate. You are intrinsically worth what you are. So stop bending over backwards to prove anything to anyone. Stand tall in who you are and let that speak louder than the words. Please, please, please bookmark this episode, save it, and re-listen to it whenever you feel the need to perform for others. Subscribe, like, and stay tuned for more of these episodes, more of this series. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.